Japanese spider crab. The first time you see one, your brain takes a second to accept it. Long orange legs stretching in every direction, thin joints bending like wire, body hanging in the middle like something assembled from spare parts. It has the longest leg span of any arthropod on Earth. Large adults reach around 12 feet from claw to claw. That's wider than most cars, and it moves in slow motion, each leg folding and landing like a collapsing ladder, which honestly makes it worse. It lives deep off the coast of Japan, where most people will never see one in the wild. Despite looking like something from a shipwreck nightmare, it's mostly a scavenger, searching for dead animals and debris drifting down from above. Less sea monster, more cleanup crew. It can keep doing that for decades, growing slowly while the ocean changes around it. Young ones even decorate themselves with sponges and debris to blend in. Before their size becomes protection enough on its own, it starts life hiding, then grows into the thing others avoid. At the end of this video, I'll ask one question. Only those who watched everything will know the answer. Everyone who gets it right in the comments gets featured in our next video. Before we go further, these are the ones who got last video's challenge right. Back to the good part. Coconut crab. It climbs trees, tears open coconuts, and it lives on land full time. This is the largest land-living arthropod on Earth. Legs spread wide, armored body low, claws thick enough to look bolted on. Some weigh over 9 pounds. That grip is strong enough to crack hard shells, pry open anything it wants, and yes, split a coconut. It climbs palm trees, cuts the fruit down, then uses those claws like industrial tools to break it open and eat it. Think about that for a second. A crab learned how to harvest its own groceries. It also has a sense of smell closer to insects than marine crabs. It tracks food across long distances in the dark. Fallen fruit, carrion, anything edible within range, if it can smell it, it will find it. It's actually related to hermit crabs, but it outgrew shells entirely, so instead of borrowing a home, it became something nothing wants to challenge. Horseshoe crab. It looks like something that crawled out of a different planet, and in a way, it did. This armored shell has been walking onto beaches every spring for over 450 million years, before trees existed, before dinosaurs, before most things alive today even had a blueprint, and it's still here, dragging that spiked tail through the sand like nothing changed. Then you find out about the blood. It's bright blue, not dark, not slightly blue, electric blue, and that blood is so sensitive to contamination that the medical industry uses it to test every vaccine, IV drug, and surgical tool before it enters a human body. There's a real chance this animal helped check something that went into you. Think about that for a second. A creature older than dinosaurs is part of modern medicine. It's also survived every mass extinction that wiped out things far bigger and stronger. The spike tail isn't a weapon. It flips itself upright when waves knock it over. It has eyes spread across its shell. It adapted to everything. Boxer crab. It looks harmless for about 2 seconds. Then you notice what it's holding. Both claws raised, a living sea anemone in each one, venomous tentacles facing outward, ready to go. This crab doesn't have its own weapons. It found better ones. When something gets too close, it starts swinging, jabbing with the anemones, using the sting to drive off predators and knock food toward its mouth. You're watching an animal use another living animal as a tool, which honestly makes it stranger. The whole crab is about the size of a quarter, small enough to disappear inside a crack in the coral, but size stopped mattering the moment it figured out how to outsource violence. And if it loses one anemone, it tears the remaining one in half and regrows two. Same loadout. Back in business. It doesn't just carry weapons, it maintains them. Every other animal on this list evolved claws, venom, or armor. The boxer crab went to the reef and picked up gear instead. Decorator crab. You'd walk right past it, that's the plan. What looks like a loose piece of reef, sponge, algae, shells, sometimes living animals, is actually a crab underneath. It uses tiny hooked hairs on its shell like Velcro, tears pieces off the surrounding environment, and presses them onto its own body. It builds a camouflage suit by hand, then keeps walking like nothing happened, and it gets smarter than that. Some decorator crabs specifically choose toxic sponges or stinging organisms for their costume, so now anything trying to bite it gets a chemical surprise instead. It's not just hiding, it's choosing gear. The outfit changes depending on where it lives. New reef, new materials, new look, same crab, Disappearing matters more than fighting. When it's bigger, the costume becomes armor. Most animals are born with their defenses. This one shops for them. The ocean made a crab that wears the battlefield. Yeti crab, white body, pale legs, claws covered in thick hair. It looks like it was pulled from a frozen cave. It lives somewhere much worse. Total darkness, volcanic heat, water so chemically toxic it destroys most life in seconds. And this crab stands right next to those deep sea vents like it belongs there because it figured out something nothing else has. Those fuzzy claws aren't fur, they're farms. The crab grows specialized bacteria across the bristles, then slowly waves its arms through the toxic vent water to feed those bacteria with the chemicals rising from below. When the bacteria multiply, it scrapes them off and eats them. It's gardening on its own hands, growing food directly on its body in a place with no sunlight, no plants, and almost nothing to hunt. Because the deep ocean is pitch black, eyes barely matter here. This animal survives by touch, chemistry, and routine. Most crabs search for food. This one grows it at the bottom of the world. And now the challenge. One question. Only those paying close attention will get this right. Which crab on this list doesn't use its own claws as weapons?